Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome, and please click the like and subscribe button on the bottom of the channel. Also hit the bell notification if you haven't done so already. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I know everybody's anxiously awaiting this video to see the finished completion of the 180 fat front tire kit on this 15 Street Glide. Well, there's been a delay in that because the owner of this bike brought over some stuff from Advan Black that he wanted to get done on his bike while it was here. We got some stretch bags. We have a stretched Fender Extension and speaker lids. Now, everybody always asks, how's the paint match with Advan Black? I could tell you from my own personal experience, from colors like Vivid Black, the Silver Flux, and this silver, it's always been spot on. So this video we're going to go through step by step, roughly, on to how to change out the Fender Extension and how to change out your bags and bag lids. There always will be some tools you'll need. You're going to need some T15s, some T20s, T25s. I always recommend using the sockets when you can. You're going to need a couple screwdrivers, and in this case I'm going to need a drill with a drill bit so I can send the wires through for the speaker lids, and a 1/2 inch and a 7/16 deep socket. With everything coming up, I got a box full of parts over here behind me with saddlebags, saddlebag lids. We're going to go through unboxing them, unwrapping them so you can see how they're shipped, and you know, everything about them. Caveat being, with these saddlebags that he got, they came with the stock lids and he already took those home. So we won't have those in the box. Everything else is in the box that's supposed to come with the kit. So without further ado, we're going to go over and we're going to start removing our saddlebags. And then we're going to do the Fender Extension. And after the Fender Extension, we're going to build up our saddlebags. So without further ado, let's get to work. Okay, as you can see, our saddlebags, our tour pack, or everything on the bike, we do not have to remove our tour pack, but we do have to remove our saddlebags. To remove the saddlebags from left to right, it's the same. First thing you want to do is open it up. You'll have 2 cam locks inside of here, and his wiring right now for his current speakers. So just literally just twist the cam locks off. I always close the lid when removing it. This way I can grab it by the lip. And we're just going to move it off here to the side. And now I'm going to do the other side. Alright, now that I got the bags off, I got the lift up, we can see what's going on. Now, inside of here, there's 1, 2, 3 1/2 inch bolts, same thing on the other side, and then up underneath here, where you have your tail light or your tri-bar light, all the wiring that comes from the wiring harness to control your tail lights plugs into there. There's a little plastic cap that in there that we have to do and remove that as well, and a 7/16 nut. So we're going to get working on this. I got to get a screwdriver. And we'll get this right off. There's the plastic piece, and then on the other side, like I said, there's the wiring harness that we have to take off, and that is now off. Now we'll get on our 7/16 deep socket and a ratchet. We'll get up underneath. This here is held on by friction. So you got to loosen this bolt up. And that should be more than sufficient. Nope, I went too far. Okay, the socket ratchet off. All right, there we go. Next will be our 1/2-inch nuts. Again, there's 3 on each side. Oh, they're not 1/2 inch. They're 7/16. My mistake. I always thought they were 1/2 inch. Yep, there goes one. So we're going to break them loose with our ratchet. And then I'm going to hit them with the electric. You got to move things around in order to get up in here and get access to the bolts. Now I'm going to take my cordless 8-volt, yep, 8-volt, not a lot, impact driver. If you don't have one of these and you want one, that's a good thing to have. They're pretty inexpensive. I got mine on Amazon, but I'm going to let you know, if you're not comfortable with removing nuts and bolts, or especially installing them, do not do this without, because you could cross thread and you could over torque and break things. So if you're not comfortable, use your hand tools until you get really comfortable. You get the feel of what tight is and what's too tight or too loose. I'll do the other side and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. The fender extension has been removed. This is the stock one. To remove your tri-bar light from the back, there are 2 screws that go into here, and just start swapping things over. Put the new one back in. You also have to do the plug on the other side for the lights. You know, here's your input, your output. Your output goes to your tail lights for your run, brake, turn. So let's get over and unbox the fender extension. Okay, we're back, we're set up. Here is the box from Hogwarts for the fender extension. We're going to have to open this up. Nice little bubble wrap inside the nice sturdy cardboard box. There's a foil wrap inside of it. More cushion, protection for the part. Oh, look at that, huh? That is nice. When you're working on stuff like this, especially with painted parts, you want to have something soft down. This is a mover's blanket that I use. So we're going to transfer our tri-bar light over to the new fender extension. And then once that's done, we will install it together. So I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, everybody, we're back here at the bike. We have our fender extension done, put together with the tri-bar light. I think it looks great. So what we want to do, when you put this back on, you want to be careful. You don't scratch the paint, but the tongue back here goes underneath the fender. Between the fender and the back mount. So you got to be careful putting this thing on. It came out a lot easier than it's going in, but we're getting it. Here we go. That's 1. That's 2. You can see where the old one used to come up to here, where the new one stops short. There's no cutouts for your antennas. So what you have to do is make provisions to either run your antenna hidden, like I like to do on all my bikes, or go without. I recommend going with it hidden. This way you always have your AM, FM radio and your weather band if you choose to. You notice there's a lot more room back here to get in. Before we had to pry this back, and now we have plenty of room to work in here. We still got our electrical to put on. We got our 6 nuts to put on, and I got to tighten up this nut back here. So once that's done, I will get back to you and I'll let you know. Okay, our fender extension is done. As you can see, it extends past the tri-bar where the old one stopped here. Oh, here's the compressor. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Compressor's off. Like I said, the old one stopped here. Now it's extended down a few inches. This here is molded out a little bit further. There's no cutout for the exhaust over here because he's running a 2-into-1, and his saddlebags will match that, where the left saddlebag, from what I understand, I haven't seen it yet, haven't unboxed it, is not cut out, so it's going to have a nice new look in the back. This is a nice quick little project. While filming this, with filming delays and everything, I think I spent less than an hour doing it. It's really easy if you're looking to dress up the back of your bike. I put it on the back, one of these on the back of my my Road Glide, and I always like it. And the color match from Hogwarts is right on. Advan Black's another good company to go to, and so are Hogwarts. Or Works, I'm sorry, Hogwarts. So it looks good, and we're just going to move on to the saddlebags. Okay, moving on here to our saddlebag. This is the left saddlebag. I know everybody wants to see it done and on the bike with the no cutout for the exhaust. I'm actually looking forward to it. He's got a nice leather cover on here. Underneath here is a 6x9 speaker, so the bag gets a little bit heavy. And you know, he's got some stuff in here, toolkit, a sock for some reason. But other than that, we're going to get going on the inside of this bag, and I need to get a socket on this. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got the T15 socket. I got a little electric ratchet here, cordless. Makes life a lot easier when you're doing a lot of screws. On here we will be doing a lot of screws. So you got the 2 screws for the stop. That goes all the way over to the hinge. We're going to take that off. Once this is off, we have now separated the lid from the saddlebag. Okay, and the pins are falling. Okay, not a big fan of these pins. I like a mechanical nut bolt like they put in the 17 and newer street glides and road glides, the touring bikes. So let's get this leather lid, this leather cover off. There we go. That's off. Put that aside. Here's his lid. Here's his saddlebag. We're going to finish disassembling this saddlebag, and we're going to move the lid to the other side. All right. So we got some rubber stops in here we have to take out. It's easy to do. All you got to do is just pinch the inside of this. The small, thin side goes to the inside of the bag. The thicker side goes to the outside. You can't put them in backwards. The difference is it'll move that bag that much closer to the bike, and you don't want that. All right. Next is these hinges. It is 4 screws per, well, not hinge latch. the latch catch, not the latch. Okay, that's one. Put that aside. Now always make sure you keep your screws with the components you're working on. You don't want to intermix them. Alrighty. And it doesn't matter. The latch catch and the bags, they are left to right. So there you go. That's one bag done. Let's unbox the other bag. Again, it's thick cardboard for shipping. Really nice. They have the same bubble wrap. And the same chrome or silver protective coat. This is the right side bag. We're not ready for that, so we're going to move this to the side. All right, this should be the left side bag. We'll take a look at it. Again, the bubble wrap, the silver soft packing material. It's a nice extended bag. As you can see in here, this is where the exhaust would have come through, but that is going to be a dead spot on the inside. And we have to transfer the bumpers on the bottom, the ones that ride on the rails for the support brackets. These are all pre-drilled and ready to go. So we're going to start with our rubber mounts. Now be careful getting these in. You could use a small screwdriver. It makes it a lot easier, but you take a high risk of scratching with nice new paint. And then I'm going to be getting myself a screwdriver to help push it in. Also gently. Trying very hard not to scratch the new paint. There you go, that's one. And if you were curious, yes, the factory bags do have a pinstripe put on by Harley Davidson. These do not have that pinstripe. So the only parts left on this bike that are going to be pinstriped will be the side cutters in the fuel tank and the outer fairing. Again, very softly, gently, work it in with our screwdriver, making sure not to scratch the nice new paint, working the inside as you're pushing it in. Putting things together is a lot more tricky than taking it apart because you don't want to scratch our new parts. So, here we go. That part is done. Now we're going to do the latch catches, and we're going to need some Loctite on these. Loctite is your friend. Make sure you use a lot of it. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I got all 8 screws in. The latch catches are done. Make sure, like I said, you use Loctite on any mechanical junction that you use. Blue Loctite is preferred. They also have red. Use red when only required by the manufacturer. Your service manual will tell you when red is required. Now we're going to work on our lid, our speaker lid. We got speakers we got to remove, or a speaker we got to remove. It's a 6x9, and his new speakers are at, I think, 8-inch round, so he's going to need different speakers. So moving along, we'll just take this to the side. Put that plate someplace safe. And here we go. Now, there is a seal at the hinge. You have to work it out and off. And you got 2 screws here at the hinge plate, metal, you can't miss it. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 coming along the front. Again, keeping track of all your hardware. So it doesn't get lost. The long screws are for here. The short screws are for up front. I'm going to be getting a Phillips driver for my screw gun. Because I have to remove this speaker in order to get the rest of this out, which is the latch and the frame assembly. Okay, you only had 3 screws holding in the speaker. Just like that, it's out. Speaker goes there. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more Phillips in here. I do have to remove the pocket for the speaker to get access to the framing that I need. All right, now we'll come back in here. This is the screw that holds your latch on. And your latch comes off with 1 screw. This is not a self-tapper like everything else. Now, this comes out, it's pretty tricky. Oh, wait a minute, we got more screws. We got 3 more screws here. And that's going to be for the hinge cover. Hinge cover is off. All right, that releases this piece. Get our. All right, now the fun part. This comes up just like that. It slips up and out. So we'll take our lid, we'll move it aside, someplace safe so it doesn't get scratched. It's a nice looking speaker lid, but his new ones are something special. And the wrong side, oh, no, correct side. Look at this, 8-inch round. So we'll put this down just like that. And it goes in the same way it came out. Make sure this bracket goes underneath these tabs. missing a tab. Okay, this one's missing a tab here, but that's all right. We can make it happen. It's looking good. All right, I'm going to take a break and we'll get back to you. All right, I got the whole speaker lid put back together. He's going to wait and get an 8-inch round speaker. He's got a 6x9 that will not fit in his hole. So what we're going to do is we're going to finish putting this speaker lid and saddlebag assembly back together. I'm going to get the rubber mounts off the bottom of the old bag, install them on the new saddlebag. I'm going to drill the hole for the wire, and then I'll get, once all that's done, I'll put it on the bike, and then I'll do the other side, and then I will show you the finished product. Hey, now that we're all back together, you can take a good look at this back end for the Street Light Special. What does it look good? It's got the new extended badge from Hogwarts. It's got the extended fender from Hogwarts, and the speaker lids for the 8-inch speakers with a remote tweeter if you wishes. Put that in there. Those are from Advan Black. Now, even though some of these products came from Advan Black and some from Hogwarts, they're all paint match, and the paint match is spot on. It looks good. We're going to be waiting to put in speakers in. The owner of this bike has got to get the 8-inch round speakers. He has 6x9s, which will not fit in an 8-inch hole. So, with all that being said, this project is moving along. Later today, I'm going to be putting the gas tank in this, put the fresh battery in it, and I got some wiring to finish up front, and I have to put the outer fairing back on and the windshield, and this bike will be done. Yeah, it's taken a while, but it's wintertime here in Connecticut. He's in no rush to get it back. I'm in no rush to get it done. And before I forget to mention it, this video is not sponsored like all my other videos. None of my videos are sponsored. Not by anybody, not by any products. I am not a paid spokesman or a spokesman for any of these products. I say it as I see it, and I can tell you right now, Advan Black and Hogwarts, their paint match is spot on, good quality, and I don't complain about their products whatsoever. I use their products on my bikes, I use their products on friends of mine bikes, and this bike is just about done, and it's looking great. So, hey, again, if you like this video, click a like and subscribe for me. And if you'd like to see more content like this, let me know in the comments down below. And hit that bell notification so you'll get notified every time I upload a video, and you'll be kept up to date with what's going on. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing soldering techniques. What's a good soldering technique? What's a bad soldering technique? If you're doing soldering multiple bundles of wires. So stay tuned as I have more how-to, hands-on stuff to do. And as always, live the best life you can and ride off it.